Hello. Today I'm doing something a little different. About a year ago, I made a video on Dying Light 2, talking about the many mechanics and kind of going over why I think it was a disappointing sequel. Um, and today I saw that there was a trailer for a new Dying Light game. People liked the Dying Light 2 video I made, so I figured I'd do something a little different and make not necessarily a reaction, but just give my initial thoughts sort of off the cuff with this trailer announcement. This isn't really going to have that much editing to it. It's just a 2 minute announcement trailer. I just wanted to give some initial thoughts and do something a little different. I haven't made a video in quite a while. I've been working on something in the background, but I thought this would be kind of something fun to do. So let's see what this trailer has to offer.
The tracks lead this way.
Now, right off the bat, there's a couple of things that stand out about this trailer that I'm not sure what the direction of this game is going to be per se in comparison to the other two games, but right away we have soldiers in military gear and night vision goggles, and I'm not 100% sure it's going to fit very well with what made Dying Light so amazing. Like, if you have night vision goggles, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of the Dying Light? The aspect that nighttime was so terrifying. That's what was so problematic in the second game, was that nighttime wasn't actually scary, and they changed and patched a bunch of stuff over time. But when you go into the game for the first time and you're expecting the Dying Light aspect of things, and you could just see as far as you could see during the day, it really took a lot of the fear factor away from it. And if there's going to be night vision goggles, is that going to affect things, or is that only for the soldiers, or is there going to be military grade equipment in here? It's kind of like a strange thing to see right off the bat. But we'll see how
It's close. Stay here. Stand guard. On me.
we just talk about for a hot second how weird the guys sound? Why do they all sound like Captain Price? What's going on?
Bloody hell. Contact!
So while it's not really one to one, I felt like there was a big Left 4 Dead vibe right there. I don't know if anybody else got that vibe, but with the music, the kind of the stringing of the guitar, it kind of gave me a quick Left 4 Dead vibe, especially in the forest. I thought that was kind of interesting. Probably not really anything to do with the game for real, but it was just kind of an interesting vibe to give off.
Every man has an animal within. If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Alright, so a couple of things right away with a little bit of the showcase we got here. See if we can go back. Um, Obviously, we have Kyle Crane coming back, which is cool because Kyle was an awesome character. I think the voice actor for Kyle is phenomenal. I know he plays Sonic the Hedgehog, but I think he did such a great job in the first game. He's so fantastic at really selling his emotions with just his voice. Still think that The Beast is an awful title. I think you could do a little bit better. That line right there where he says, the Beast comes out, it's that's pretty cringe. Come on. We could do a little bit better than that. But this is a sort of an emblematic pose of the first game. Maybe they're going back to their roots. That could be pretty cool. Maybe they understood that the second game didn't really hit the same mark that they wanted to. We can go back to what we started the franchise with. This really, really cool shot, not just because we have the sun in the background, but it does with the like parts of the building really give me Huron vibes, which is really cool. There's very like architecture similar to Huron, which I think really suited the parkour aspect really good. Just in general, though, like, this looks fantastic. I absolutely cannot say anything aside from how amazing the visuals look right here. Of course, many games these days have amazing visuals, but I love the fucking rain right here. This is so cool. In the first game, sometimes the rain would come down and be like a weird rainstorm, just kind of reduce your visibility for a short time. It would really only last a couple of seconds, but the fucking water effects, the puddles, hopefully that actually has an impact with the parkour. Maybe you slow down a little bit, but I would love to have actual rain and like weather implications towards your parkour, towards the gameplay and things like that. Maybe visibility is reduced, but that would also be really cool to see if it's raining out, so now all of a sudden the volatiles can come out because the sun isn't out anymore. That would be so awesome to see. I mean, also, the fact that guns are back is pretty awesome, too. I think in Dying Light 2 they brought guns back eventually, but that was another weird aspect of the game for a while, was there wasn't guns, at least at launch. It was such a strange thing to see. Everything was so awkward when you got into certain fights with human enemies. I kind of made the point a little bit weird in my second video, as I messed up how I wanted to say it, but basically I just always felt like it was so awkward to suddenly have this guy that was reacting to your movements when so much combat was based around like just slashing and hacking and going constantly at the enemy. It really slowed the pace of the game down. And guns were that offset in the first game. It's like, okay, now they're shooting at you though, so it kind of balance it out a little bit. But the fact that we have guns back, thank you. That's awesome. Well, I will say, actually, first off, that bow looks awesome. I don't know why that bow just looks pretty cool to me. Driving vehicles, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I was a little critical of the buggy in the DLC of the following for the first game, mainly because I felt like it doesn't flow with the parkour. Driving a car and parkouring are two completely different styles of gameplay, you know? And here, it looks a little different, I will give it that, because you're driving a car and you still have, like, close quarters obstacles. You're in between buildings and things like that. So it isn't exactly one-for-one the buggy, which was going across fields of, like, empty fields sort of thing. But it still is a little bit interesting that they're going to put a car into the game when, again, the whole aspect is parkour, right? Alright, so that is the announcement trailer for Dying Light the Beast. Overall, I think it's kind of interesting. I think that there are a lot of avenues they can go down to make this as good as the first game. It looks like they're going back to the roots a little bit, which is really nice to see. I think a lot of the visuals look fantastic. I think the parkour looks a little smoother than the second game, going back to, again, the roots of the first game. The biggest gripe that I have is the title. I think the title is really cringe. I think they could have done a lot better with the title. But, again, even the other aspects that kind of look weird could still be ironed out throughout testing. It might not be final. We don't know enough details to really criticize those things. The biggest aspects of this, though, I love the fact that the guns are back. I love the fact that Kyle's back. And it really does look like it's going back to its roots, which is fantastic. I love to see that. So maybe other people will tell me what they think in the comments. But little bit of a different video. Just thought I'd try something out. Hopefully everybody else is excited for this game. I'm kind of excited. Can't wait to see what happens. All right, everybody have a good one.